Now here's an example question that I've written over here. Y is equals to x squared plus 10x plus 16, and our job is to sketch the quadratic curve of this equation. Now let's start. First of all, we have to know what the nature of this quadratic curve will be. We can see that the coefficient of x squared, since we have nothing here, what this basically means is that we have a 1, and since a is greater than 0, that means that our quadratic curve will be a happy face. So that's done. Nature done. Next, the turning point or the stationary point. Now remember that the turning point has coordinates h comma k, where h is the x coordinate of the turning point and k is the y coordinate of the turning point. Now if you I'm sure you must remember, h is found through the formula minus b upon 2a. So let's figure out h. So h will be equal to minus 10 upon 2 times 1. So minus 10 divided by 2 is minus 5. So that means the x coordinate of the turning point will be negative 5. Let's figure out what k is going to be. I'll do that by simply plugging in minus 5 in place of x in my original equation and replacing y with k. So negative 5 squared plus 10 into minus 5 plus 16. So k is equal to 25 minus 50 plus 16. 25 minus 50 is negative 25. Negative 25 plus 16 is minus 9. Yep. So this means that the turning point of the quadratic curve will be negative 5 comma negative 9. Now that we found the nature and the turning point or the stationary point, let's turn our attention towards how to find the x-intercepts or roots. We know that is done by setting y to be equal to 0. So let's do that. X squared plus 10x plus 16. In place of y, I'll simply plug in 0. Let's see if I can factorize this. Factors of 16 that give me 10. 1 times 16, 2 times 8. Yep, I can. So x squared plus 10x can be rewritten as 2x plus 8x plus 16 carry forward equals to 0. I can take x common, so that will give me x into x plus 2. Here I can take 8 common, so that will give me 8 into x plus 2. Yep, both the brackets are same, so that means we're doing perfectly alright. So x plus 8 times x plus 2 equals 0. So what this basically means is that either x plus 8 equals 0, which will give me x equals negative 8, or x plus 2 equals 0, which will give me or x equals to minus 2. So what this means is that our curve will have two x-intercepts. One will be negative 8 and the other will be negative 2. So our curve is going to be something like, something like this. This is not the actual sketch. I've just done this for your understanding. Now let's figure out the we're done with the actually we're not done with the intercepts entirely. We're only done with the x-intercepts. Now let's figure out how to find out the y-intercept. We know that is done through that is done by replacing x with 0. So x squared plus 10x plus 16. Let's just replace x with 0. So 0 squared plus 10 into 0 plus 16. So y is equal to 0 plus 0 plus 16, or simply y is equals to 16 will be my y-intercept. Now since I had run out of space, I've put together all that we've found so far and all that we need to sketch a quadratic curve. The nature is minimum, the turning point is minus 5, minus 9, the roots are minus 8, minus 2, and the y-intercept is 16. Now that we have all that we need, let's start putting together our quadratic curve. Let me use a different color this time. I'll go with red. So now that we have all that we require to sketch a quadratic curve, let's start putting it together. Now remember, this is just a sketch, it's not an accurate representation of the quadratic curve. So here's the x-axis, x, let's label them, y. Now it's always important to identify the turning point first. So the turning point is -5, -9. So let's say -5 is somewhere over here, and -9, let's say it's somewhere over here. So this is the turning point, -5, -9. Roots, moving on to the roots, -8, -2. So -8 will be somewhere here, -8, and -2 will be somewhere over here. So these are the two roots, the points at which our curve will cut the x-axis. And then finally the y-intercept. So the y-intercept 16 will be somewhere over here. Now let's start connecting the dots. So here it comes, cuts the x-axis at -8, reaches the turning point, turns, cuts the x-axis at -2 again, and then finally cuts the y-axis. So this is how we sketch a quadratic curve.